He came out a winner.
We should be free to choose.
A real leader knows that destiny is beyond his control and accepts that.
Okay, since the arrival of lore from Kingdom Hearts 3, there are a handful of characters, both old and new, that are shrouded in mystery. And while the Master of Masters is definitely a frontrunner, the biggest enigma right now in Kingdom Hearts has quickly become Luxord, with his mysterious motives in Kingdom Hearts 3, and the fact that Xigbar is questioning his identity in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind. However, when I'm through with you, not only will this entity become more clear, but his relation to the Master of Masters will make you know that he may be the greatest character we never knew, and you will love him. Hey guys, it's HMK, here with another huge Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind theory that will set the stage for everything to go down with the series moving forward and the context on how we got here. As always, strap on in, this is gonna be another wild ride. For starters, make sure you go and watch my previous theory in this line of Luxord's legacy, The Price of the Power of Waking. You guys really liked it, and I appreciate all of the support on this video. The two are linked, so there's a bunch of context you'll understand as a whole by watching it. Okay, you watched it? Cool, let's start. Throughout the Kingdom Hearts games, Luxord really seemed like a character that had little potential, someone who, in his words, was destined to remain a statistic, to rot on the bottom rung in the grand scheme of things. However, his return in Kingdom Hearts 3, along with his final actions towards Sora and giving him a wild card, has many of us wondering who or what he is. This is only heightened with the first Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind trailer, where Xigbar, who we all know now is Luxord, is questioning his identity. If Luxord, the man who has lived throughout countless years and is notorious for keeping his ear to the ground, trying to gain as much information as he can, is having issues identifying Luxord, then you know it's a big deal. While Luxord's identity is truly a massively important piece to this puzzle, there is something that is bigger, grander than all of that makes sense to his character and everything Luxord has said and everything he's been about, that will truly show you why this man is at odds with the Master of Masters and why he will be the greatest ally to Sora. It is his belief. Luxord is the gambler of fate, and that is why he is in stark contrast to the Master of Masters and aims to take him down along with his ideology that has lingered to this day. Let me break it down for you. Both the Master of Masters and Luxord have grand ties to the element of time. The Master of Masters uses his gazing eye within No Name in order to see the future and write the Book of Prophecies. Luxord's element is time, which he uses to wager in within temporally displaced games. However, these two entities are two sides of the same coin. In my previous theory, I make it known that the price of the power of waking could actually be tied to the crimes against time. If one were to use the power of waking to rewrite events that are destined to happen, then they suffer the punishment of being taken out of their own reality and placed in Shibuya, where they're unable to tamper with the flow of time any further. And I make it known that the Master of Masters is a firm believer in this cardinal rule, as it is evident in his desire to know the future and write its concrete notes in the Book of Prophecies. To him, it is the end-all be-all, exact to a T. It is the design of what he has seen, and no one shall tamper with it. He knows what will happen because he has seen it, and no one should be able to change that. Prepare yourself. This is where it gets good. This is why Luxord is so important, because the core of his character, his belief, goes against this idea and forges the very identity of Luxord, because he is the gambler of fate. Every organization member has a title that goes in line directly with their character, but Luxord's kind of stuck out for the longest, until now. Luxord believes that life, an extension, time is a game where the outcome is left to chance, and in some cases, luck. and thereby treats everything as a game to the purest regard. This ideology, displayed by Luxord as the gambler of fate, shows that despite having all the time in the world at his disposal, that all players should be free to choose and determine their fate through their own wagers and games. That the outcome of a dice throw, a card draw, or a coin flip is not set in stone, and it never should be. And this puts him directly against the Master of Masters, who believes that all things in time are concrete and logged in his book. Luxord deep down believes that people should be free to choose who they are, and that destiny should be outside of someone's control and someone's sight. That fate is unknown and thus can be gambled on, not something that should be written in a book. And this very nature is even exemplified in the aspect of the wild card, as the wild card or jokers in various traditional card games have no specific numeric value, that is, until the specific person using it decides what it is to suit their own, suit, thus being a wild card. Luxord believes that life should be like a wild card, and that this mysterious item, in its own essence, will be the key to saving Sora from his fate that supposedly is a punishment meant to safeguard the preordained, using Luxord's own element of time to get him out of that. That is why Luxord elected to help Sora, and that is why he gave him the wild card, as it may turn the tables. As noted by Nomura himself, the wild card has the potential to be the key in Sora's revival after paying the price of the power of waking, and that is the whole reason why Luxord gave it to him. Since Luxord's element is time, it could be possible he was in full awareness of Sora using the power of waking to reset the flow of time to eventually reach him in the Keyblade graveyard, and that he would have to pay the price of that power. And with that knowledge, he gave Sora the wild card, knowing that he was born for these sorts of games, and that Sora will be the one to finally help him take down the Master of Masters and the Foretellers. As Sora himself has said that he believes that a real leader knows that destiny is beyond their control, something that the Master of Masters goes against, and that with the wild card being a wild card, it could be possible that the card itself can become whatever Sora needs it to be in order to get him out of the jam, thus truly being the key to his escape from Shibuya. Remember, according to Xemnas, all of the signs relating to the organization members 9 through 12, Luxord may have been around since the time of Union Cross, so he may have first-hand knowledge and experience with the Master of Masters and the Foretellers and what they're capable of and their goals. But by somehow being gifted with the power of time, his beliefs were solidified since that time and used that power to somehow work behind the scenes or somehow remain outside of time in order to remain out of the sight and reach of the Book of Prophecies and the Master of Masters. That is why Xigbar, aka Lushu, did not know what the true identity of Luxord was. When applying this nature of Luxord that we have seen throughout the entirety of Kingdom Hearts to the advent of the Master of Masters and the Book of Prophecies, everything makes complete sense in how Luxord acts and what he says, especially in him commending Axel and his choice to sacrifice himself for Sora, saying that he came out a winner because he believes that true winners are those that wager everything on the unknown outcome rather than knowing what will happen. Those who live life that way are true winners in his book, as they play the game fairly, unlike those who will try to know the events of the future and say that it is law written within a book. Luxord believes that the rules of life are left to luck, and thus time, the future, and destiny should be unknown and beyond the sight of anyone or anything, and there should be no rules in handling time. If you have the power to do so and can gamble to change fate, you should be free to do so, and that is why he aligns with Sora. It's no wonder now why he's Nomura's favorite organization member. In the Kingdom Hearts Character Reports Volume 2, Nomura states, "In all honesty, he is my absolute favorite organization member. I like how he treats everything as a gamble, like Setzer from Final Fantasy VI of old. I actually wanted him to stand out more. At least I got him to say some things during the meeting scene added to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. But Luxord should have been able to do so much more." Though vague enough, it seems that Nomura always destined Luxord for some form of greatness. Luxord is the gambler of fate, and with these gambles, he believes fate to be free to choose. That is why he helps Sora and is against the Master of Masters, that believes that lives and destiny should be written in stone according to his book of prophecies and should follow that destiny. Luck versus design, freedom of fate versus written destiny, unknown versus the known. This clash between ideas boils all the way down to the entirety of Kingdom Hearts and even the chess match between young Xehanort and young Eraqus, as young Xehanort believed that it was already written that his darkness shall prevail and the light expire. He knew he had him, and that young Eraqus told him that a game is no fun if you know where it's going, that there is more to light than meets the eye, and that some light comes from the past. And that is why Sora will face the Master of Masters and the Foretellers in the coming battle, as Sora is a blight, an anomaly that threatens their design of foretold destiny, as Luxord will be there beside him. And remember, the name of Luxord's cards are Fair Game, because he believes that life should be a fair game for everyone, that no one, even the Master of Masters and his Foretellers, should dictate where life leads, because that would be unfair to the game of life and all of its players. Well, what do you think about Luxord now? Leave a comment on what you thought to get the conversation going. Be sure to share up the video for Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind hype, and subscribe for more wild Kingdom Hearts content. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters for help making this happen. Find out how to support for as little as $1 a month on Patreon. So guys, until the next video, I've been HMK, and I will check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.